People experiencing chronic homelessness are among the most vulnerable people in our community. They typically have complex and long-term health conditions like mental illness, substance use disorders, or physical disabilities that have contributed to years of homelessness. Open Door meets these neighbors where they are and moves them out of chronic homelessness and into permanent supportive housing.
We meet people in the streets because it's important to meet people where they are.
So here at the community center, we try to make it as barrier-free as possible. The first step to getting off the streets is to be assessed, and that all surrounds anyone's general well-being as it relates to their homelessness.
So from that assessment, we're able to look and see who is the most vulnerable, and they come off the wait list first.
We have what's called being paper ready, and what that looks like is us making sure you have your ID and your social security card. And here at the community center, we are a public resource when it comes to helping people get these documents.
When we first tell someone that they're going to get housed and start going through the paperwork process of them, it's very client driven, so it very much relies on client choice and the right to self-determination. Things that they would want to do for work, and where do we need to get them closest to, or where are the closest bus stops, where are the resources that I'm going to need.
I got to house one of the guys on my caseload. It was so sweet. I feel like people usually get a little bit emotional when we kind of discuss housing with them. Me and him and one of our maintenance guys were in his house just kind of helping him set up some stuff, and I'm sitting there with him and he looked at me and said, "This is my home?" And I said, "Yeah." He was like, "My home?" I said, "Yes."
Permanent supportive housing combines affordable housing assistance with voluntary support services designed to build independent living, tenancy skills, and connect people with healthcare, treatment, and employment services. Open Door works with landlords throughout the city to find housing that meets the specific need of each participant. All of our participants live in private apartments, maintain a standard lease agreement, and pay 30% of their income for rent and utilities. Once in housing, case managers walk alongside participants to provide support that aids in maintaining housing stability.
The best part about that is on the back we get to talk about dreams. Our friends don't really get to dream a lot anymore because they're just focused so much on survival. And so it's really cool to see kind of those dream wheels turning and then actually get to think about, what do I want?
Patient navigation is reintroducing those who have been experiencing homelessness back into regular doctor's visits, doctor's care, health care, and switching out of survival mode back into just taking care of yourself. The bottom line is housing is health care, and it's impossible to take care of your health care needs while on the street.
I can't tell you how many times I've sat in the car with someone at Sonic, and you tell somebody you matter or you're important, and that is so much what Open Door is giving that to people that have never felt that before. Like, you might be the only person that's ever told someone that they matter. That's a huge thing, like that's a big thing.
One woman comes to mind. I've known her for several years.
We found her staying at a bus stop, very poor mental health.
Due to her mental disability, we would often find her located throughout the city in parks. In fact, she would often wet herself if you approached to talk to her in any way, as some kind of defense.
In very much survival mode, very trauma brain, doing everything she could to ward off people because everyone was a threat to her.
I now see this very same woman on a weekly basis go to the store, buy groceries, bring them to her home.
If you saw her, you would never think that she was like that.
That's such a big bridge for someone to have to cross by themselves, and she's done that so well.
Hey, how are you?
You shaved.
I did.
What's up? Well, you want to go over?
Sure.
The solution to homelessness is a home. And what we're seeing in supportive housing is that people are finding even more. They're finding opportunities to live, thrive, and belong.